Alright, so here I am at Aldi's for my first night at my new location. Decided to try to pick up some food to cook up in the van. Picked up this, I guess the brand is Premier. Gravy and Salisbury steaks made with chicken, pork, and beef. 6 of them. I think it was like $2.68 or something like that. Also picked up some Caesar salad dressing for like $1.26 and some garden salad for 99 cents. So the plan is to cook up the Salisbury steak, and I think I'll make some rice to eat with it. And then for the side dish, I'll have some salad with the Caesar seasoning. Now, sadly, I didn't have this food ready, so my whole long ride, I didn't really cook any food. Had I thought ahead, I should have probably cooked up some rice. But I thought I was going to buy a burger or something to eat tonight. But when I got up here, I was like, you know what? It's supposed to get like down to like maybe 32 degrees tonight. So I figure I better eat like a really hearty meal. So I'm going to have some rice. And I think I'll have 2, maybe even 3 Salisbury steaks. And cook it up in my rice cooker. I did bring two pots. You can see Little Blue has transported all the stuff here and has been reconfigured back. The problem with it is I forgot to bring my pillows. Yeah. So it looks like I'm going to be spending the night sleeping on a sleeping bag or some clothes or something for a pillow, because I forgot to bring my 2 pillows that I normally carry in the back there. I may have to use both sleeping bags because the temperature is supposed to drop tonight. But this location that I'm at, and it's kind of surprising for being in Florida because it actually has hills, lots and lots of hills. And it doesn't even feel like Florida. It seems to be a somewhat affluent area. So I'm hoping that the gig here does well. Sadly, I contacted my boss about sending me the mega sets, the one that sell for $150 each. And he said they would probably sell here, but I should probably try to sell the smaller ones. So I'm stuck with selling the $120 ones. The reason I wanted to sell the big one is I make a lot more commission on each of those big ones versus the base set or the medium set. But I do have a bunch of the medium ones left, so I'll try to sell those. But it's quite dramatically less. You know, it's like 1/3. Well, 2/3 is what I earn for the medium size set versus the bigger one. And the price difference between the two, I think, makes the larger sets easier to sell than the medium one. But I digress. That's life right here. I'll do what they tell me to do as long as I continue to honor their agreement with the draw and everything else. Obviously, this job is not paying that much, but, well, the camera cut off at in the middle of mid-sentence because it ran out of storage space, so I've got to really download some of these videos and get them published. Anyhow, I'm going to get ready to try to make the dinner because it is getting dark. Current temperature is like 44 degrees and dropping. So I need to start up the car, cook up the Salisbury steak, and then make some rice. I think I'll have the Salisbury steak cooked first, and then I'll make up some rice. And then have myself a nice dinner. At least that's the plan. Hello, everybody. Just thought I'd welcome you to another Cooking with Denoy episode. And as you can see, this time we're back inside Little Blue 2 at my new work location. It is 44 degrees outside and dropping. It's supposed to get down to possibly 32 degrees out here tonight, or even lower. So it'll be my first time in freezing temperatures inside Little Blue 2. I'm currently at Aldi's right here. Just picked up the food from Aldi's. And I'm going to try to cook up some Salisbury steak using the inverter cooking system. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start the cooking process. Now I start up the engine to make sure the battery's charging up, because we do burn a lot of power when we're cooking using the inverter system, even though we have a house battery, as I only have one house battery. You'll see me popping the windows open here. That's just so the steam can get out of here. But cooking will do 2 things. It'll heat up the vehicle, so hopefully I can, hold up a lot of the heat in here and stay warm and let me eat the food. So I've got the engine running right now, and I need to connect the cooking system, which means flipping the switch here that we installed a while back. So now the house battery, which is in the back here, the vehicle down here underneath that in that blue thing, is connected to the vehicle battery. And now I'm just going to turn the inverter on. You can see the little white cable that goes to the rice cooker. So it's pulling 21 watts right now. I don't know if you can see that, 21 watts. But it's pulling 21 watts because it's on warm mode. You can see the little orange light came on in warm mode. So now all I need to do is just take out the Salisbury steak, toss it in there, put the lid on it, and let it cook up. And of course, throw it into high. So let me do that. Alright, I opened up the Salisbury steak box, and I forgot. They generally pack these in a big pack, so there's like all 6 in here. I only need like 2 or 3. So I'm gonna have to cut this open and try to break it apart. Maybe use a knife to cut through it. Oh boy. So I got my handy dandy Hessler Sharp Select paring knife that we give away. This is the free gift that we give people when they come to watch the show. And I'm going to be using this to cut this open and take out the Salisbury steak. So I've cut the package, the plastic, and it looks like everything is like frozen solid. I was wanting a nice hot dinner. This is going to be a dinner that I really have to work for. This is where a little bit of planning would have helped quite a bit. This was like, I don't think I'll be buying a big pack like this unless I buy it at home, thaw it out, and pre-separate them and have them ready to go, you know, as single pieces to cook. Because I've got a chunk of, I think 3 of them on this side. I kind of cut down the middle there using my little paring knife. But it's still got all the gravy here, which I need to trim off because the whole unit will not fit. See what happens? It's still too big, so I gotta trim the edges and let it sit. Then I can turn the heat up and let this thing simmer and cook. So melt everything, heat it all up, and I'll get 3 nice little Salisbury steaks. So let me go ahead and try to trim off the edges so that it'll at least fit in there somewhat flat, and that way I can cook the whole thing. Alright, after some fiddling around, and I'm kind of carving it with the paring knife here, I was able to carve that meat so it fit in there somewhat. Now it's a matter of turning the rice cooker into semi-oven. So what we're going to do is just put the lid on it and turn the heat up. You can hear the inverter there struggling. Maybe I need to upgrade to a higher. Right now the inverter's 750 watt. It is pulling about 320, 340 watts, 320 watts, 325. The rice cooker's rated at about 100 watts, but in real use, it's been pulling about 315 to 330. So, just a matter of letting the food cook right now. While the food's cooking, I'm going to clean up this area a little bit. Good thing is, because everything was frozen, my hand, you can see, isn't even dirty. I had cleaned my hand before, of course, touching the food, but I just carved everything up. Now I'm going to try to bag it and save it for another meal later. Meanwhile, we'll let this thaw out and heat up and cook up. I'm still going to have to cook rice, I think, unless I decide to go with the mashed potatoes, you know, the instant mashed potatoes, which I'm starting to look at doing that instead of rice because it might be a faster meal rather than cooking the rice. Because mashed potatoes, all I really need to do is just add water. So it's just a matter of heating up water, mixing in the mashed potato mix, and then I have mashed potatoes with gravy and Salisbury steak and salad, which I'm getting ready to eat right now. Luck of luck, I had one more of these bags from Dollar Tree. It's a quart-sized bag that I bought from Dollar Tree that I was able to put it in, and it fit perfectly. Look at that, just perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in my little mini fridge here, the little storage thing. I haven't installed the mini fridge that my wife gave me yet. But so we're just going to use this cooler. And there's ice in there already. but it's so cold, I think it's going to stay frozen. I do kind of want it to thaw out a little bit before I cook it, but you can see this unit here, the one that's in here, is already thawing out. You see how it's melted on the side there? It's because we got it on high heat. So we're just going to let this food cook for a bit, and then while it's cooking, I am going to go ahead and open up the salad and treat myself to some salad before the main course. Alright, here then is our salad, ready for the dressing. Got Caesar's salad dressing, classic Caesar's salad dressing, only $1.26 for this 16-ounce bottle from Aldi's. By the way, I'm in the Aldi's parking lot right now doing this. I wanted to cook here instead of at the sleeping location, just for in case, you know, somebody kicks me out of here. You kind of don't want to really cook where you're going to be sleeping, because, you know, if somebody sees you, then you got a problem. So we're going to put it in. You can see I really love dressing. So we're going to have our little salad here before we have our main course. You might be wondering what's going on with the main course. I have moved the whole unit to the back, to the bed area to cook right now. This little thing is holding, you know, everything to cook. And yes, it is still on high heat. So I know it's releasing steam and stuff, but it's warming up the air in here. I popped open the door just a few minutes ago, you know, when I was pouring the Salisbury steak. I was trying to make sure it all fit into the bag without spilling everywhere. You know, the gravy, the frozen gravy. And it was like freezing cold outside. So temperature's dropping very rapidly. That East Coast storm is affecting even Florida. And so time to munch on the salad and enjoy the salad until the main course here is cooked. So I think I'm going to have Salisbury steak with gravy and mashed potatoes, if I can find the mashed potatoes. I had to adapt this vehicle to haul goods, you know, the knives and stuff. So I had to remove, like, the kitchenette and the kitchen supplies. It's actually at the house right now. I just dumped some food here on the floor. I know some of you are saying it's a mess. Put a little basket or something to hold everything, but I couldn't have my full-blown kitchenette because there was no room, you know, because this vehicle had to be used to haul knives. So as is right now, the only thing that's really here is we have the back cabinet area still, and the bed obviously, and a lot of storage. And I can actually pick up the bed area and haul the knife, which I'll show you in a later video, how much inventory I can actually haul. But here then is our Caesar salad. Let's try this out. And as expected, it tastes quite good. Nothing like having a really nice meal at the end of a long day. I had to work at Coco before heading out to this little location, and just got here, and you can see it's I don't know if you can see outside. It's like dark now, but it was quite a long ride. So I wanted some hot food. I had contemplated buying food like a hamburger or something from Checkers, if I could find a Checkers around here, but decided instead to go ahead and cook my own food. I think it's cheaper overall, and I get more. Like, I can get the salad here, and I can have my mashed potatoes with gravy and Salisbury steak. I think the whole meal is going to cost me about $2.50, which is just a little bit more than the Checkers $4 item for $3 meal. But the thing is, I'll be able to eat 2 meals for everything I bought. I think I spent a total of maybe about $4.50, maybe about $4, $5 for 2 meals. That's not bad considering it's 2 dinners. Not like a cheap sandwich or something, but real full-blown meal with Salisbury steak and salad. With really good dressing. I'm going to go ahead and munch down on the salad, and I'll resume filming when the Salisbury steak is done. I don't know if you heard that beep. That's the inverter running out of power from the house battery. So it's not charging up fast enough. If it beeped again, I'm going to kick the rice cooker to warm mode to give the battery time to charge up. I really need 2 battery systems, I think, to have the inverter system really cooking very well. Because right now it only has like 100 amp hours. And if I understand correctly, you really shouldn't run it down more than 70%. So that means I only got about 30 amp hours of power that I can pull out of the unit, assuming that the batteries are holding a full charge. So, and in cold environments, batteries may hold less energy, so you might not even get the full, 100 amp hours. It's like 110 amp hours or something like that. Anyhow, I'll go ahead and pause this filming and resume here in a moment. Alright, I finished my first round of the salad. Let's take a look at our food now. You can see it is, woo, look at all that steam. It is bubbling. So it is pretty much cooking. So what I'm going to do is just flip the meat a little bit and make sure it's evenly cooked. Well, Salisbury steak generally is, oh man, it looks like I got 4 in here, not 3. So you can see when I lifted it up, the thing stopped. So I got like 4. That means there's only 2 of those Salisbury steaks left. Still frozen and stuck together in certain parts, so we're going to split it all apart and let it, fully cook this time. Alright. And you can see here. So I'm getting a lot of Salisbury steak right now to eat, so I don't know, maybe I won't need anything else with it. Doesn't that look good? We'll just go ahead and put the lid back on it and let it heat up a little bit more. I think I might go ahead and have a little bit more salad. Maybe I'll just have salad with Salisbury steak. Alright, the food has been flipped over. We got a second round of salad. So I think I'll eat the second round of salad, and then by then the food should pretty much be done. Alright, it looks like the food is pretty much done at this point. I don't know if you can see that, but it is like bubbling and hot. And I am so hungry and wanting it right now. Look at how good that looks. Doesn't that look good on a cold day like this? So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and take this and set it down here. I have a plate as well as a paper towel. And let it kind of cool off a little bit. While it's cooling off, what I'm planning on doing is just heating up a little bit of water. We found that all we have to do is add hot water. You don't even need hot water to go onto the this instant mashed potatoes, Idahonian. So I'm just going to get another pot right here, put some water in it, and then boil it up, and then have some hot water. So essentially what I have going on right now is just water boiling up. It doesn't even have to be like boiling hot, but you can see, I don't know if you can see the steam coming off there. It's going to heat up quite a bit in here because I got it on a high. Then I'm going to put some of this roasted garlic mashed potatoes into this plastic cup. And I'll be adding some water in there and stirring it up as I add the water. You can see my battery system is struggling. And we have to turn on warm mode. I think I'll set it on warm mode. I don't know if you could hear it. It was kind of beeping because it's running out of energy. Because I've been using it to cook the whole meal. And I don't think it's charging up fast enough. So we'll let it charge up a little bit. And meanwhile, I'll go ahead and prepare the mashed potatoes for the water. And we found that you don't really need hot water, So I might just shut it off and just use the water as it is right now. Because it's not hot, but you can see steam coming from it. So it's warm. And that might be good enough for the mashed potatoes. So I'm just going to mix this up and add some water and have myself some mashed potatoes with, what's that, Salisbury steak. Yeah, with gravy. Thanks to the magical marvel of dehydrated instant mashed potatoes, I have hot water here that I'll be adding to my mix. I'm just going to pour some in here to the mix. I don't know if you can see that here. Just going to pour that in there and stir it up. I could have added it to the bowl, but I think it's just easier and going to be easier to clean like this. So, wow, that looks so not appetizing. But actually, I can smell the mashed potatoes right now. It's like instant mashed potatoes in a cup. Isn't that crazy? What will they think of next? Alright. Some good stuff here. Okay. I'm going to stop filming and finish stirring it and make sure it's nice and mixed. Kind of hard to do that when you got a big mitt on your hand. I would say the mashed potatoes appear to be done. So time for a taste test here. I'm spilling a mess here. Clean that up. Anyhow, that's my mashed potatoes. I have a little fork here and try a little taste. That's what it looks like. Probably could use more water. Nope. Perfect consistency. Decent flavor. I would almost say it tastes really good. Actually, I won't almost. I will say it tastes really good. Really hits the spot to have hot food on a cold day like this. So now it's just a matter of putting together my servings and let's have dinner. Okay, here then is the finished product. It might not be the prettiest looking food in the world, but goodness, it smells really good. Oh, that steam coming up. I probably could have used a little bit more water for the mashed potatoes, but I figure the gravy will kind of soak in and make it act like water. So let's have a taste test and see how our food looks and tastes. Well, we can see what the food looks like. Looks like so-so, but not bad for cooking in a rice cooker, right? So let's go ahead and taste it and see what it tastes like. I think I'm gonna have to clear this. All right, here then is the food. Doesn't that look good? Let's try the potatoes with the mashed potatoes with the gravy mixed in. See how that tastes? Tastes just like mashed potatoes with gravy. It's actually quite good right now. So nice to have a nice hot meal right now. Let's try our Salisbury steak. I ended up getting more than I really wanted, but I guess I'll only have 2 tomorrow for tomorrow's meal. Look at all that steam. This is nice and hot food. This Salisbury steak tastes like real meat. This Salisbury steak is a lot better than the Banquet one. If you've ever had the Banquet frozen Salisbury steaks, this is a lot better. The texture and the flavor, because I think they use real meat. I think the Banquet one probably uses like fillers. I don't know what they use, maybe soy or something. But this tastes really, really good. So definitely with the $2.50 whatever for this whole meal. But I had salad, I had mashed potatoes with gravy. It's nice and hot. Great meal. Until next time, everybody, bon appetit. Have a great day. Good night. I hope you're all staying warm. I guess I'll be seeing how well my plan works. I think what I'm going to do is right before I go to sleep, I'm going to run the heater, the vehicle heater, heat up the inside. I'll probably leave little cracks to allow condensation to leave. I have my rear windows there, open on both sides, so that will allow circulation back there. But I know I'll let cool air in, but I think doing that keeps condensation from forming inside. As you can see, even here with the heat and stuff, there's no condensation. It's because I have everything all ventilated. I can feel the breeze blowing through. It's actually starting to feel a little cool inside this. So I may want to turn the heater on here in a moment. After I stop filming, because you won't be able to hear me if I have the heater blowing. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and finish up my meal. want to thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, everybody, take care and stay safe. Bye-bye now.